Last time on Create One Block, we started setting up our tuff farm so that we could automate copper and zinc once and for all, but that came with a bunch of different challenges. First of all, we needed to automate the tuff itself, and in order to automate tuff, we need lava, so we set up a little lava farm, and then we got working on our andesite and diorite farm that we would need so we can automate the tuff process. Resource gathering for this was quite a challenge, and we needed some things called rotation speed controllers, which are a little bit of a pain to craft. So we made a machine to craft it for us, which works way faster than doing it manually. We also needed a ton of redstone to craft all of the components that we needed, so we made a little farm for it and got almost a stack of redstone blocks. We then got to work resource gathering the rest of the items that we needed and were able to build our andesite and diorite farm. This farm is absolutely insane. I have a full video on it if you want to check that out after this one. And this thing generates 20,000 diorite and 5,000 andesite out of the box, and with a little bit of modifications, we can change that to 12,000 of each. Once we had that farm up and running, we needed to somehow transport our andesite and diorite over to our tuff farm, so we use the new Create 6 packagers and frog ports to connect them up together so that we can get pretty much infinite amount of copper and zinc. And in this episode, we are going kind of back to the basics. I don't have any plants, and that includes trees, wood, bamboo, kelp, sugarcane. All my animals are in a tight, cramped pen. It's a mess. So we're fixing that today with a bunch of new farms, and it is going to be so efficient. So strap in. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Welcome back to another Create One Block episode. We made a ton of progress mechanically last episode, but today we are moving away from this kind of area of the base over to the farms. That is right. In this episode, we are going to be going crazy with food, sheep, and crop automations and stuff, but mostly I want to get a tree farm up and running because it is such a chore to have to manually do it, and I want it to be super fast, super automated, super cool, and connected up to our factory area so that soon, TM, we can get a storage system in that these will all connect around everything. And then I don't have to do manual storage in chests littered around my base like this, or this, or this, or this, or this. You get the picture. And so far, our farming district is kind of just a straight line going this way, and I do want to continue that. You can see we already have some crop farms set up here with a pretty perfect path or something for a minecart to go down and automate and harvest all of that. So maybe that's the first thing we get started with, but that will also include getting rid of our cactuses here so that we can add some more crop farms, because I actually do want to increase the size of our cactus farm. But the first step of this process is probably going to be to get a lot of grass and a lot of dirt, I suppose. We have a ton of coarse dirt right now, but again, not really useful until we get a bunch of grass, especially since I'll probably want to increase the amount of like animal pens and stuff that we have. And right now, I mean, even our cow one is 70% wood. Right now we have a stack and a half about of coarse dirt. We can pretty much make an infinite amount of it if we do it ourselves, but there's a way to do it maybe quicker automatically, at least in a way that I don't have to hoe it every single time. And that is with a plow. I think it's called a plow, but there's no way that's spelled plow. So if we make a mechanical bearing, I'm gonna hook that up. Let's just get a block that we can actually keep there. Let's do birch planks, sure. And then I'm gonna put a plow on that side, update this bad boy, and now, there we go. That turns into dirt for us. I suppose maybe the next step of this process is to get a drill underneath it, which again, should not be too difficult. We have all these ingredients, and all we need to do is hook it up to a little bit of wacky power connections, and then we'll be good. But honestly, I think this is totally worth it for a super easy and jank farm. Because I mean, drill here, overstressed. Holy cow, we were hanging on by a thread. But we can put a plow here, connect that bad boy up, and now we should, oop. That's not what I meant to do specifically. That should give us dirt. Here, let's throw out our dirt. We'll confirm. Dirt! Oh, what a nice farm. So now we can just sit here, right click. Ooh. Sit here, right clicking without getting pushed away. I didn't know this was a thing. How can we prevent this? There we go. There we go. What an AFKable farm. So easy to do and so cheap. Requires a couple stress units, but then I just hold down right click. Easy peasy. There we go. Okay, it didn't work every single time. That was strange. But I mean, that's half a stack right there in the amount of time. I didn't even cut anything out of that. That is actually crazy. I was thinking of making a dirt farm because I was like, I don't want to have to do this 500 times. But if this is what it is, that's actually not too bad. It does look like I'm missing it some of the time. So what we can do is just make another plow, put it on the other side, and I've seen that this works way more consistently, having 2 on either side. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I suspect we're going to be way more consistent with this, and that might even make it a little bit faster. But anyway, this is going to work great. I need to now, I suppose, make a bunch of coarse dirt. I can't believe it worked that quickly, but we are going to get a ton of this stuff really quickly. I'm very excited about it. Let's make just a bunch of dirt, and then I'll get back to you when we start actually building up the farming district. Thanks to our genius system here, we have pretty much a full inventory of dirt. I'm gonna get a bit of, what is this wood called? Oak. I was gonna call it granite. That is not a wood type. I need to get some oak, and then we can get started. Let me draw this out for you of my plan. So over here, we're gonna have our crops. I'm gonna probably do mostly wheat, but maybe we do carrots and potatoes as well. And then beyond it, this is going to be our kelp area. I'm thinking we maybe expand it even further now that we have a bunch of dirt. I think I grew this on dirt and gravel because I was poor back then. But we can expand this and make a kelp harvesting thing that's automatic, maybe even smelting it into smoked kelp if we wish. We continue this on and then do cactus behind the kelp. We have a space for sugarcane over here, and then over in this area are our animals. So I'm gonna move all of the animals that we have over here, pigs, pandas, donkeys, camels, etc., into a line over here, and then in the backside over on this side, we're gonna have our tree farms. I'm thinking tree farms right behind our animals over here. We have a walkway and then tree farms over on the other side as well for every single different tree type. I think that'll be a really cool way of doing it. And I mean, when you're walking down that hallway, it'll kind of look like this, where you just have a bunch of tree farm thingies growing on either side of you, and I think it'll look really sweet. So let me get a bunch of oak slabs, and then we can get to building on our platforms and getting started with the plan. Trademark, patent pending, buy my merch. With all the building materials that we need now, all we need to do is get rid of our cactuses that are still here, and we can get in our final little thing for our crops. I wanna make sure I keep these cactuses because they are valuable right now, but I'm just doing these little crop farms because honestly, the amount of crops that we'll get automatically harvesting 24/7 is going to be way more than we'll need anyway, so I'm okay with that. For this, I'm actually going to wait a little bit probably to expand it and everything because I have too many inventory slots and I don't want to have to pick up a bunch of kelp or deal with water right now. So I suppose let's turn all of these into slabs and extend this platform a little bit. Oh dear, I forgot about lighting stuff up at nighttime. How are there so many creepers? We're so cooked. With all of the dirt in the game, let's go try to beat up these creepers. Oh dear. Oh dear, this is a mistake. This is such a mistake. Why are there so many? Oh! Woo! There's so many. Okay, we could take out this one. They've forgotten about me. Perfect. Hey, losers. Okay, we gotta run by all of them to not get blown up. No! No, my cows! Okay, you killed all the other ones, though. Hey, squad, no more getting out. Mostly contained. Not the biggest of deals, honestly, all things considered. Oh man, I really need to make a mob farm just so that I get less mobs spawning here when I forget to light stuff up. Well, we can fix this in a minute. I gotta go rebuild this and go this way. And we have so many things that we gotta do. Oh right, but I wanted prismarine for this. So many things! I feel like in the past, however many videos that I've made, they've gotten more and more chaotic. I'm really curious if you all feel the same way, because maybe it's not, and I'm doing a good job putting them together and editing, but they're so not coordinated whatsoever, and it really is just the worst. It's totally my fault, but it just feels like a full mess. But maybe that's what makes them better. Maybe the non-calculatedness of it is way funnier. Let's go up to the end of this house and then we can scooch back over. And that gives us a little bit more space over here as well. Okay, and then on the rest of these spots, we could just put dirt. So that is going to be our plot for our kelp. We're not getting that in just yet. Now let's get in our spot for bamboo. I do think that this and the cactus should be mined by the same machine, since I think they both require saws. This little edge is going to be where our automated minecart is going to be moving back and forth, which is why we're doing it out of wood. And oh geez, I almost just ran off the edge. Honestly, this is probably too big. I think we're gonna need bamboo like up to here. And then I'm gonna do a little separator thing, just so we could tell the difference. We know that it is actually different. And then this side is gonna be our cactus. I actually need to remove all of this because cactus needs sand. This is actually gonna look so cool once we have like this whole area gone. That is part of my plan. I hope I said that. I've definitely said it in previous episodes, maybe not this one. We need to dig out a full space for our pathway going all the way around here. And currently our old house and farm is so in the way. So eventually soon, again, TM, this is all gonna go, and then we're gonna have a full perfect square around our hole and god block of mystery and magicalness that we can use to be able to have a full empty circle or empty square that's super cool, automate the mining of that thing, and it's gonna be awesome. So that's gonna be the full goal. But now we should be able to drop down here and go all the way along and do a full flat system for our cactus to be. And we could just build this all the way to the end of the platform that we've made. And I think that'll be a good size. We can't always double check it once we're there though. So let's see. I think maybe a few more blocks. So I've gotten most of, I guess, the bones into our floor and stuff here. I am going to put in our cactus, but I'm going to wait on any of the kelp and bamboo just because I want this grass to grow all the way over here. So we are going to wait a little bit on that. Let's get our 9 cactus in now so that we can continuously break and expand this as we're building some of our other bits at the farm. And we have quite a bit to go. So I'm glad I'm doing that now. The next thing I want to do is let's just get down a bunch of dirt over in this area for all of our different animals. We have how many pens? We have one for pigs, one for armadillos, one for foxes, camels, horses, donkeys, and pandas. That is 7 in total. They definitely do not need to be as big as our sheep and cows. Cows for food, sheep for wool, all that fun stuff. So we can probably honestly do half the depth and do 4 in the same area that we would do 1 sheep pen. So I made this like, I think close to 10 by 10 area. Let's fill it all in. And thank goodness I made so much dirt, because this is what? Easily 100, and we have plenty more where that came from now, which is amazing. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, our animals and stuff are going to have trees on the backs of them. So I'm thinking maybe we theme them up based on the trees that'll be behind them. It's gonna be a little bit difficult because some of them, like, I don't know, pandas or stuff, are like easily, this is mangrove, panda jungle, panda easy. But like cows and sheep, I don't know, like oak and birch, that's kind of lame. And what about camels? You guys don't even, where did you go? You guys don't even know what trees are. But we're gonna try our best to do so. And let's start out with our pandas. I think mangrove works great with pandas because we can do the like torii gates in the standard Japanese architecture and do like maybe a little Japanese kind of shrine temple thing. So I think that could be really cool. It would have to be pretty small for us to make it look good, but we could certainly try it. And maybe we have little walkways between each pen system here. So let's actually, I said I was gonna not make this huge, and then I lied, just fully. So maybe we will need way more space than what I think, but I also think that it's gonna be worth it to do it. Let me get another fence gate here, just so that it's symmetrical. And then we can build this in. I am going to, once we get more mangrove, have a little torii gate here that goes to either side, but right now, do not have the funds. Am so poor. So for now, let's just light this thing up and hope that that is enough. And then let's grab our bamboo and bring these pandas over. I need to make sure that nothing else escapes because the camels are known to do it. Oh, and we have foxes. Those are going to be very challenging because they are going to try to escape no matter what. Maybe what we do instead is try to corner the foxes into this little pen. There's one. Now we just gotta hope the other fox over there, and not the pig, goes into here. There we go. Both foxes are in. Everything else is easily capturable if they escape. So let's grab our pandas. Oh, big guy can't follow me. He's too fat. Come on, little guy. Oh, are you really that stupid? Holy cow. They might genuinely be idiots. There you go. You got it. Good work. Do you have any brain cells? Come on. Oh, there you go. Oh, nope, he got distracted. This is like trying to go shopping with your ADHD friend. Let's go. Come on. I know the cows are so I know you want to go back to your home. It's so cramped in there, and it's going to be demolished soon. Let's go. I can't believe it's so much easier to just push them. Okay, amazing. Stay there. All right, Panda 2. Come on, Panda. Panda boy. Everyone's on the loose. Okay, if this panda falls, I'm gonna cry. Okay, he's taking a detour. The scenic route. No wonder you guys are almost extinct. I just have to push you over to where you gotta go. You have no desires. You gotta start grinding. How are you supposed to start a podcast? I'm literally upgrading your home and you're all complaining about it. Go in there. Perfect. New home for you. Oh, now you go crazy over it. I'm gonna explode. Well, the next step, I suppose, can be maybe our armadillos and camels. I feel like both of them make sense to be in the same area, but also I'm thinking maybe they go right next to our desert area, because I don't know. It just makes a little bit of sense that the camels and stuff go in the desert. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking it. Little desert area for our little guys. I need to get some more fence gates and fences so that our camels who can somehow jump 100 billion blocks can't escape. So let's bring our guys over there. Do you take cactus damage? You do. Okay, well, we may need to get rid of these cactuses so that they survive. No. No. Stop that. But we'll play it by ear. If these guys start getting pummeled by these cactuses, they'll have to get removed. But until then, I would like to keep them there because ambiance-wise... Stop escaping! These guys suck. These guys suck so much butt. Stop it. Oh my god. I left you alone for 8 milliseconds! And you're already dying. Okay, cactuses are gone. They'll need to be upgraded. That's fine. That's okay. You've lost privileges. You're never allowed out. Please stay trapped here forever. What? Oh my gosh. Bro just did hardcore parkour. And now you're chilling up there. Oh no. Please go backwards. Please go backwards. Oh, bro does not know how close he was. Bro has no idea. You've lost any privileges of cool things. I hope you know that. You don't deserve happiness. Die alone, die sad. I'm gonna kill your buddies so that you could die alone. So that you know what it feels like to be scared. To have fear in your hearts. Alright, let's do the armadillos now. These things can just be kicked the whole way. I don't know. What do they need to breed? I really have no idea. And I can't be... Lay down! Turn into a ball! Thank you. Okay, you have 6 punches until you die. So you better stay in a ball. And go the way I want you to go. I'm getting fed up with these desert animals, bro. Keep going. All the desert animals deserve fire. I guess that's why they live there. They want to die. Come on, buddy. Let's get going. Where do you go? You're getting pushed. Useless. Useless creature. Nope, turn back into a ball. You're coming with me. You're going to jail. Permanent jail. Where I can look at you and be glad about you being trapped for life. This is my villain arc. Villain arc of slightly perturbed mobs. Wait, why are you full HP still? Oh, if they're still in scared mode, you can just punch them forever. Oh, huge. Should have done that before. This is your home now. You get two slight hills, 2 barely inclinable objects. And then you get to look at cactus from far away because you want to kill yourselves at all points. I'm doing great. My mental health is fine. Don't even worry about me. Let's get our pigs in. Bro is in a standoff. You do not need to be doing this to my boy. You know what? Pigs get this little area. Too bad. Iron Golem, you gotta leave. This isn't your home anymore. Shouldn't have been a pig. Tough luck. I only have 1 of them, so I can't like breed them or anything fun. See, I only have 1. Can't breed them, do anything like that, so might as well give them a pretty horrible place to live. Now we just have our donkey horse and foxes. Foxes are a little bit of a challenge. I feel like those are going to be pretty difficult. Oh, this looks bad from the side. Anyway, let's get our foxes in here. I feel like this will fit the best. I need more dirt. Holy cow. But the foxes in there I think will work well. We can get our spruce trees and all that fun stuff in there, make it look snowy and stuff. I think it'll look really, really cool. The true hero of this area is going to be our snow creator. My little boy here. No! Oh no! Oh, I was trying to farm a little bit of snowball. Oh no! Oh, I don't think I had more pumpkins. No! My boy! No! Oh no! Do I have more pumpkins? I don't think I have more pumpkins. Where in the world did all my pumpkins go? Holy cow, it's a good thing I have some seeds. Okay, well I guess that means we're not doing... Oh my god, that was so funny. Oh my god. I fully forgot that there was dirt underneath and I just killed my boy. How did that even break the dirt that quick? Okay, well, pumpkins are growing there. We'll have to take a pause on the foxes until my boys grow. We could grow in some spruce trees, I suppose. I'm like getting pretty low on our snow production as well, so I really gotta be careful. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Well, I feel like it makes sense to just grow a big spruce tree in the center. Well, the last one we have to do is our horse and donkey. And maybe we just make this the rejects section. Incredible. This is the reject section. You guys can sit here and die. Let's clean up our little area, except for our 2 fox enclosements. Because as a reminder, this is going away in this episode. I am committing to it. Maybe not the house. We need the house for our storage and whatnot. But this can go. Pumpkin! Perfect. We can grow another snow guy. And this time I won't send him to his death. Perfect. This is working way better. Gosh darn it. It made the noise. We have more pumpkin seeds though, so it's not like it's a failure. And we have more snow, so we can make more. I'm just not very good at this whole thing. Maybe I make a separate snow farm that'll make sure that I don't drop them into their oblivion death every single second of the day. Now let's get on to our tree farm. So let's expand out this way and build a little area for our trees to be growing at. We have made a boatload of progress, so let me walk you through what we've done over here. So we have circles of grass where we're going to be planting trees automatically, of course, with machines that we will build in a minute, but we have every single type of wood available in the game, except for azalea, which is just oak, so pretty much. And they're all laid out here like so. So we have oak, birch, spruce, acacia, cherry, mangrove, dark oak, and jungle, and they're all notated by the slabs that kind of outline the rest of the circles. We're doing circles just because it's a little bit easier. We can throw a windmill bearing in the center. It'll spin around, cutting down all the wood that is grown, and then we can put it in a system or something to like collect all those resources. So that part is pretty simple and it is done. Now though, we need to get to resource gathering for our machines because these things are actually really expensive. Each machine needs to be however many blocks this is long. So I think it's 6. It's 2, 4, 6 blocks long. And they need to have saws on the bottom, deployers on top to replant our saplings once we mine down a tree. And then we need a storage thing, a windmill bearing for the center, and then some sails. The sails are easy, we can afford those right now. The windmill bearing, also easy. Saws, easy. Deployers, oh, hard. Deployers, very, very hard, very challenging. We have 8 different plots here. We need 6 deployers per plot. That's 48, if I'm good at math. And I might not be, but let's just pretend that it's 48. Per deployer, we need an electron tube. So we need 48 of those. We can now afford this. Oh, sandpaper. Oh no. Oh, we might need to take a quick detour I may need a boatload of wandering traders to get this done. What if I look up the source code of this block magically and see if it'll ever give us sugarcane? And let me check every single chest that we own to make sure there is no chance that sugarcane is hidden in any one of these, because I'm gonna die in a fire if I spend 30 hours AFKing for a wandering trader that has sugarcane to not need to do that. I'm pretty confident. You could take a screenshot of this chest and flame me down in the comments. I'm pretty confident there's no sugarcane in here. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm stupid. And the same with this one. This feels like maybe a sugarcane chest, or this one a sugarcane chest, but like this one's the main sugarcane chest and I'm not seeing any sugarcane. So I'm hoping I'm not crazy and we need for real life sugarcane. I'm hoping that's the case. This is jank as heck. We gotta fix that. That's not my circus or my monkeys. Let me check all the other chests to double super triple check, but I'm pretty sure no sugarcane. Nope. Let me look at the source code, see if this magical block will give us any minute chance of the ability to obtain sugarcane. I'm really hoping in the first chest that we get, there's gonna be sugarcane. So let's see if that is the case. Oh, no sugarcane. We got some books though. That may mean that we can get sugarcane. Let me look up the source code and see if we need to do the stupid wandering trader stupid. Alas, it is possible. I have just gotten so brutally unlucky. It has the same odds as getting wheat seeds or beetroot, which I don't actually think I have yet, or things like bamboo or other stuff like that. So it is possible. We've just gotten super unlucky. And I'm actually looking at this. We have 3 paper still. We might be able to squeeze out enough of our electronic mechanism things to be able to make a bunch of deployers. So I'm just gonna continue on like nothing is wrong. That doesn't end badly ever. I suppose let's get into a material gathering session where we try to get everything that we need. Oh, I never really got to the point of the deployer thing because I got distracted with electron tubes and paper. But we need 48 brass hands, which is 4 brass sheets, which this math I don't know off the top of my head. So let me quickly do the math. We need 192 brass ingots, which means we need whatever half of that is of copper and zinc. We have 35 zinc, no copper from the looks of it, and a few ingots over here, but not nearly enough to get more than a stack. Probably a stack and a half if my math is close, which means we need to run this a bit more. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I suppose let's get started on material gathering for all of the things that we need. This is going to be quite the challenging one. I mean, we're gonna need however many of, I just said, saws as well, which all require an andesite casing. So I'm gonna get started on that. I hope you enjoy the beautiful music that is going to be playing, and maybe my voice, depending on if I want to talk. We have gotten as far as we can with our material gathering until we get some more paper. I have everything I need except paper to make rose quartz into polished rose quartz, and this bad boy can give it to me. I just need to get lucky with some of these chests. There are a couple different possibilities of me getting this. We just need to get lucky and I think unfortunately to send it. Oh man, armor trim depth strider. But nothing. I just need sugarcane. I just need it. Oh, variety chest. I think this is it. I think this is the thing that can give me sugarcane. Oh my god, wait. I actually can't believe it. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Give me some dirt, bro. Let's get going. Well, probably the best news to come out of this is that we now have our sugarcane. I can spend the next few hours AFKing just to get this thing built up and get a real sugarcane farm so that we can harvest it fully. But first bit of sugarcane has now been installed. This is very, very exciting. After quite a bit of time, we have a full field of sugarcane, and in order to get this, I actually had a brain blast. I didn't want to do it manually, so I was like, oh man, I wish there was a way to automate it without setting up the minecart contraption all right now. And then I remembered that we have our little spinny thing here that we could just upgrade to do a harvester, harvest the sugarcane, and then it picks it up. So if we add it on there, you can see, boom, it gets into the moving barrel, easy peasy. And then I could just sit in that house over there, away from mobs, being safe, and harvesting sugarcane. So that was super helpful. And now we have enough sugarcane to continue resource gathering, which is an insane sentence. because what do you mean? But we now have 15 bits of paper. This is more paper than I have ever seen in my entire life because I'm illiterate. But let's get to finishing up the rose quartz here, and then that means we'll be done with the deployers and can get to the tree farms. Resources have been obtained. Let's, I suppose, make our first one in our little oak area because it is fully cleared out. So this one, I'm gonna do it a little bit different than what I normally do. Usually I put our windmill bearing in the floor, but because I want an easy way to turn it on and off, I'm gonna do it in the opposite direction. So we're gonna start off with a barrel, just a block of really any kind, and then our windmill bearing facing downward. If we were to turn this on, currently nothing can happen because it does not have enough sails. We need 8 of those total. So let's go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's as many as we're doing right now because I need to put in some other stuff. So saws at the bottom, we need our deployers on top here facing downward. And then over on the end here, I need to place a portable storage interface, and let's do it facing downward. I think that makes the most sense. And then over on this side, we could put in 2 more sails, and that should be literally everything that we need. First though, we need to glue everything together. So these 2 get glued, you all the way to here, and then boom. So now we can update this, and it's going the wrong way, but that is fine. This thing is going to be spinning. Now let's set our filters to some saplings, throw some saplings in here, invert this to the right direction, and there we go. A really easy tree farm. How nice is that? Once we get some trees growing, these saws will be able to cut them down, and we will just get to watch. So now let's do that 7 more times for each of the different trees. You can notice our temporary block here is oak. I'm gonna do that for all the other ones, but of the correct type. So this one's gonna be birch and so on. And there we go. All of these are now done, and I may have made a pretty massive mistake. You can see that I have saved an extra sapling just in case I lost any. And yeah, this happened for acacia and jungle, both of which, great, I have an extra sapling for. It also happened for dark oak, and I had 3 extra saplings for. The only issue is you need 4. It doesn't grow in single things, so yeah, we can't get any more dark oak anymore. I think that's probably fine, honestly. I don't think it's a huge deal, but maybe it is. But I'm hoping that in our magical 1 block we'll just keep getting chances for dark oak, so I'm not super worried about it. The other issue is mangrove. Mangrove trees don't usually grow full growth propagules on their leaves as they get grown. It usually takes a little bit, and this is gonna break down the wood immediately, which means we won't ever get saplings. So we need to make a little sapling farm to connect to this thing so that when it needs more saplings, it can pick up more saplings. And I'm honestly not really sure how to do this in the best way, because ideally we could just pump saplings into this thing and it'll get put in this barrel. However, I don't want this barrel filling up with a bunch of propagules, so we need a way to check to see how full the barrel is, and then if it's not full enough, we pump in more. I really don't know. I'm just gonna leave it for now, and we're gonna move on to our other farms that are still not automated. I think now might be the time for kelp. I didn't want to do this in the beginning because the water is gonna be a pain to deal with, but I think now it is officially time. So I'm just going to expand all of the glass that we have, move all of these prismarine bricks over to the correct spot, and then we'll also need to figure out a way to automate this. And I think just using a minecart is going to be the easiest way forward. We have our cart system set up now. We should just be able to have this go pretty much indefinitely, and it'll just keep going back and forth for us, harvesting our kelp. And now we can do that to the rest of the things over on this side. I suppose let's start with this guy here. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start it over on this side. And for this, I'm just gonna get some powered rails going all the way down and back. Stop being beat up by the thingy. And then back over here, we're going to be setting up a cart assembler, setting it to lock rotation. I need a barrel on this side. I need a bunch of saws, which I don't have in my inventory at the moment. And these saws, I'm going to just face forward, have them go all the way down. There we go. And I'll put a portable storage interface at the very end, probably just right here. It doesn't matter where it is, because it will just glitch through any of the cactuses that are there. But if we now connect all those saws up, we should be able to put in our mine cart. Put it down here. We need to get a lever. And there we go. Auto harvesting for everything here. Oh, baby. And now if we look in this, we have everything in that barrel there. Once we get it a little bit more situated, we can connect up to this portable storage interface and get all of our items. Honestly, until then, I can start putting down the rest of this cactus, and we have already a stack of the stuff, which is going to be really, really good once we have AFK'd this for any bit of time whatsoever. Now, all we need to do is this side over here. This, I suspect, is going to have the same outcome for us. I'm gonna put a lever there. I'm gonna do this going the other way now. For this one, I'm gonna do it backwards from probably what you're thinking, because since we're using a controller rail at the end over here, it's not gonna be able to harvest all of these things if it's facing this way. So instead, it needs to be facing the other direction so that when it comes back, it barely clips our sugarcane, but it'll still mine it for us, unlike what would be happening if it were facing the other direction. So I think that's gonna work a little bit better. And then over at the end here, yeah, I mean, ideally I would like it to be consistent, but I don't think we're gonna get that. So instead, we're just gonna do this. All right, and then this, once we set it to lock rotation, should be good to send off. We should have a bunch of sugarcane in this barrel. We have 58. Amazing. And now we have to be really careful about walking around and building in this area. So actually, I'm going to, just so that our guys can't physically push us off, I'm gonna build 2 more blocks out, because it would be such a sad end to a so far pretty good living streak to get pushed off by your own minecart. And with that, I think we are largely done with all of the farms that I really wanted to get done in this episode. Let's go check out on our tree farm to see how well that has been going. This is probably already full. Yeah, holy cow. And yep, as expected, mangrove is being the worst. But yeah, everything else is slowly coming along. It definitely matters with the more trees and saplings you have, the quicker stuff will grow. And that is definitely the case. It looks like we're getting a ton more acacia, and only a few jungle, honestly, but that's okay. This has been a very successful episode. I mostly just wanted wood and decided to bump it up like 80 million notches. So I think this has turned out very, very well. I'm thinking in the near future, we're gonna make a propagule farm. It actually looks like they can make quite a few mangrove things. I mean, so far it looks like we've been positive on mangrove propagules, which is, I didn't think that's how that worked, but I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. And we have so much of the other wood types, I will need to start doing something with this ASAP. But that'll have to be in another episode. This one's already very long, so I appreciate you all sticking around. If you did enjoy it and you're not subscribed, definitely consider doing it. You're here anyway. You might as well get notifications and show your support. And if you want a better way to show support, I have a YouTube membership, I have merch. Merch is probably the best way, but YouTube membership, you get more content as well. So if you want to do that, you can. And thank you all so much for watching. We made a boatload of progress. I'm excited for next episode. Peace.